The original idea was to make a biographical film about Kurt Cobain. He would be called Kurt. And I think that I just saw this kind of wrong turn, for me, of having too much information, really trying to explain a life. It just started to become too much, and it would have big. I mean, to me, I thought it would. I needed to pare it down, and so I ended up, containing it within just the last couple of days, rather than trying to span an entire, 10 years, say, or 27 years. It's much more about, I think, my own interest, in in a person that lives in the Northwest during the same period of time that I lived there, that affected the area greatly, that seemed to kind of embody lots of different things. I mean, life in the Northwest, life in, I think, America, and sort of his one story, said a lot about a lot of different things. The more you thought about it, the more I was thinking about it. And not so much because it was a touchy area. I just thought because it's touchy isn't necessarily the reason you shouldn't be doing it.
I mean, everyone had their own idea or thoughts about who Kurt was, or, what happened. And I think part of the idea of the film is that you can never really know somebody, and the disparity between image and what goes on in a person's life day to day is very much, I think, part of it.
I played it as though he was remembering his death, probably for a lot of his life. So the way I played it was less about the events that were happening in front of him were leading him to it, and more about he kind of always knew that was going to happen.
It was fantastic. Michael was definitely inspirational when he played his music. Early on, I heard him play and videotaped him, even 6 years earlier. It's many years old. We talked about this project for many years, and Michael would play, I think Death to Birth was one of the songs that he would play, and he would start screaming, which sort of, fit the idea of this character. Basically, Michael has bad posture, and but also you're playing this character, and it always looked to me like he was carrying something very heavy through the movie. But also, it's are you, it's something he's playing.
I changed my diet for it because I knew that the character was a junkie, and so I changed my diet, but I didn't really know how to do that. So I just ate lettuce and fruit, and kind of the whole time that I was shooting it, my stomach was in pain, which was really good. It was for the physicality.
It wasn't really ever. It was this character named Blake. So, I mean, there were a lot of things about Kurt that were kind of inspired in as part of the movie, but it was an inspiration. It wasn't anything that accurately portrays a real person. So it's an inspired by piece. We also didn't really know what happened during that period of time. It was all more of a poetic exercise.